Hello, chap. It is me. Hello, Shu. Did not stream last week, unfortunately, but luckily we were not in the middle of anything. We had just finished the second case, so this week we'll be starting the third case. Why is your name two different shades of green on OBS? Now OBS will insist that it cannot see the feed. Why are you like this? Oh. The origins of Horus, huh? Oh boy. I tried playing this one when it was early in development. Yeah, the whole first case was the demo. Never made it this far? Ray Cuthbert, who the hell are you? I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving, but I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes, peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Wait, are my magic eyes like a transplant? What the fuck? Oh, it wanted me to click there. Oh, who the hell is this? We got a Karen today. Preposterous. Completely and utterly preposterous. Nothing could have prepared me for this dude's face. My god, how does your face just get more angular? Is something wrong, Lord Von Sanctus? You filthy rat! You cheated, didn't you? That's right, you're just a cheat! A cheat and a charlatan! What the fuck? Lloyd Von Sanctus, occupation nobleman. Wow, he looks so fucking different in that shot! Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from! Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me? Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. You little upstart! I'll... Von Sanctus' acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him, and you can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure. It's preposterous! Hey, Deus just got here just in time to see a fop get bullied? Hell yeah, Tyrion Cuthbert, baby! If you are a noble, you better leave! He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. Sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. So, that was... something. What are we thinking, chat? Lloyd is the one I'm going to be defending in court, right? Yeah. I knew that he'd get angry, but I didn't expect him to make a scene like that. Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it. Come on. I love seeing those conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's half the fun of playing these tournaments. No. Where's this confidence when we're in the courthouse? That's... Court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial. And that includes Prosecutor Steelwind. Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. You wonder if she'd be willing to play against you sometime. She can't be any worse than these pampered nobles. Anyways, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, you just beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, you had your reservations about returning to the city of Aranax. If you weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come here. I'd rather leave the city as soon as possible. Is she still here? I don't know. I saw a cafe while we were walking around. The food smelled great. I'd really like to go there. We could always go to one of those cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there. Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city. Alright. Suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer. She does have a point. The city seems livelier than when you were the city streets seem livelier than when you last saw them. You see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. I somehow skipped the word street, and then got to when you last saw them, and my brain went, that's not grammatically correct, and the entire sentence shattered. Despite being a port city, Aranax used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been invested in the city? I doubt it. We find that possibility very hard to believe. Ha ha! You arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. The scent of those baked goods swirls around you. You take a moment to inhale the enticing smells. Now chat. Be honest with me. What do you think the odds are that Eris is a waitress at this cafe? Because I suspect it is a non-zero chance. I'm getting bruhed. What do you mean, bruh? What do you mean, bruh? He's probably in the back. Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about that. How the hell are we gonna put her on trial at the end of this game? Ah, well, that's a later case problem. You have to admit that it's making you very hungry. No, this is definitely a Chuny. So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer Songstress. Oh, fuck. I thought it was someone speaking on her behalf. Shit! Well, if glory is what you seek, then look no further. For you stand before Masurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax. As you head further into the cafe, you're approached by a familiar face. You know this clown? Oh, magic circle to try Eris? Maybe. Masurika Tudor, occupation, merchant. And she has a very dapper hat. Rika? Is that you? It appears that my reputation precedes me. How good of you two! Wait, you're... Tyrion? You're back! Hi. You... Why didn't you tell anyone that you were back in town? Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? Do you two know each other? Right. Celeste, this is Masorika Tudor. I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago. Wait, you used to live here? Yeah. Ornax is actually the town I grew up in. What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before! You came here to eat, right? Age 19, and I've given her this voice. Yeah, she wanted the dramatics, so I'll allow it. Yep, she's a mage. Arcane art evocation. If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house. No, I couldn't possibly. Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is. Okay, but only for a little while. Rika sets a table for the three of you and calls over a waiter. You all place your orders. Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. Bye. Damn. I thought that would actually work this time. This table looks really well made. You like it? I commissioned a local carpenter to have my tables custom made. It was probably worth it. I felt the humble and rustic vibe you've got going on here. Humble and Girl. We are in Fantasyland. There are some barrels stacked in the corner here. I wonder what's inside. Wait. Rika. You wouldn't happen to have lotus juice, do you? Lotus juice? What's that? Never mind. What happened to the lotus juice that you received from Miriam? I drank all of it. Hey, it hasn't even been a month. There's a shelf full of drinks, mugs, and sugar behind the restaurant counter. This must be where Rika's employees prepare coffee to be served. Rika seems to have decorated the entire cafe with several plants and flowers. Yeah, they're along the ceiling, too. The green adds a fresh and earthly ambience to the restaurant. Lanterns! There are artificer lights hanging from the ceiling. Your business must be doing pretty well if you can afford artificery like this. That's just one of the benefits I get from working with the what? The Dracagen Trading Company. Dracagen? Most of the merchants equip all of their businesses with artificery networks now. That sounds like it's gonna be important later. I love how you can just see the little, like, magnifying glass icon above this lantern because it is off screen. So, are you going to introduce us? Right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard. Bodyguard? And Celeste, this is... as if I need such introductions. I am Masurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Arnax, High Archmagi of the Cadmium Flames, and the proud proprietor of this cafe. Oh. Okay. I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart. Hey! She's also a common folk mage like you. So you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells, though. 7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know. She's learned even more spells? She's been picking them up rather quickly. Is bodyguard code for the mandatory assistant character? Yes and no. We hired her as a bodyguard after I publicly got a nobleman convicted of murder of the 1st degree. But she functions like an assistant character. In the previous case, she even had a specific area where if I went to, she would be there as someone I could talk to, and that was the game's hint system for if you didn't know what to do next. But functionally, she is my assistant. She just also happens to be a sword, have a sword, and be a mercenary. Not be a sword. Unless... I've been usurped. Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now, and you even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the big city? Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney now. A defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby? Miss Tamora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her. You'd think I could read or speak when this is my native language and I do vocal exercises, and you would be wrong! Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer, said the 19-year-old mercenary. Yeah, I guess you've got me there. Are you the owner of this cafe, Rika? You always spoke about opening one when we were kids. Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dracagon Trading Company. The company's owners invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Dracagon Trading Company? I don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Aranax. But I hear that they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyverngard. But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom. Lord Von Sanctus? Isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning? Wait, that was you? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living! Maybe you should start reading more about national politics. Is it just me? Is it just me? Or does the city look less depressing than before? Oh, right. You left the city before the new merchants appeared. New merchants? Like from a merchant's guild? Yeah, the Dracagon Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and bought the Arcane refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyverngard started coming here. Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Von Sanctus appreciates the competition, though. There's even talk about forming employee-run unions. Based! 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 Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't appreciate that. Based! So, you still play chess? That was not her voice. Yeah, I'm nationally ranked, too. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at a tournament this morning, but I had no idea they were talking about you. Upstart commoner? The name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play? No. What thing? Nothing. She's not talking about anything. Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. What? What did he used to do? Why don't you show her, Tyrion? I'd rather not. Come on! Show us, Tyrion. The thing! The thing! I think I'm a little too old for this. You are younger than I am, buddy! Man, they just fucking said it, huh? You're never too old to tap into your inner Chuny. Do it, Tyrion. Yeah, do it! Two of them begin chanting, trying to pressure you. It draws the attention of the other patrons in the cafe. They don't seem to care about the confused looks that they're getting. It seems that you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath. those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity. You Imperials will fall and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. They're trying their hardest to contain their laughter. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. No, that was great. It was really cool, Tyrion. Her poorly contained laughs are coming out between each word. And why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago. Yeah, but she owns it. You used to say something else before, too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're a man, king, or god. Yeah, that's it. He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order is here. The waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. The enticing aroma of the meals makes you salivate a little. You gladly devour the meal, add the excuse to not talk about this shit. Rika's cooking is just as delicious as you remembered. You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. As your conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. No, really? Yep. It turned out that it was the headmaster the entire time. Spoilers for the previous case, chat. What do you think are the odds that Eris kills Miss Tamora? I'm honestly betting on her brainwashing someone to kill Miss Tamora, or brainwashing Miss Tamora to kill someone else. Personally, I think the second one would be a more interesting and impactful twist. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But wow, I can't believe it. Never thought court cases could be that dramatic. You finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. I'm guessing that means he has in fact been taking on cases that we don't get to see. It's nice being able to talk with her again. You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened. But you're happy that she seems to be doing well, unless she dies and/or is accused of murder. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika. But I think it's time for us to get going. What? We just got here. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. You'd better. You exit your cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. The city street seems a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Uh-oh. Also, interesting, this is the first case that has opened with us somewhere because it's where Tyrion wanted to go, rather than that we got dragged along by Ruby. Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. It looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind. It's nothing. Okay. You both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hi, could we rent a carriage for travel to Rathhome? Wait a minute! This is the same damn merchant from the first case! I know this guy. Sorry, the travel outside of the city is temporarily closed. What? Why? Haven't you heard? The Knights of the King's Guard have locked down the city. They've set up a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me. As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the ninth station there. This is outrageous! How long do you plan on keeping us here? Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? It's the entire city being blockaded. Sorry, sir. We're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make use of other arrangements while we sort this out. Hello, Halerin. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take down your names and occupations for our records. What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy. If you'd rather not resist orders from the King's Guard. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert, and I'm a defense attorney. Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, ace bodyguard. Thanks. Look over to the other King's Guard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here, too. Must be making a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason? I couldn't resist my curiosity and looked up the wiki, so I can't speculate on stuff. To be fair, I also spoiled myself on something accidentally. But, to be fair, it was a reasonable thing that I could have extrapolated with the information currently available to me. So it's kind of fine. It's not really like a plot thing that I've been spoiled on. It is, but it's not. I will explain when we get there, which probably will not be until the final case. And then I went deeper. Halerin went to the bottom of the rabbit hole. Blockade has been created around the city of Aranax. I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. The townsfolk consider shouting at the knights. What did I just say? The townsfolk continue shouting at the knights. But it's clear that they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? You notice that it's starting to get late. Don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight, just in case. And this is the tavern from Case 1. And, like, I get it. We will almost certainly not be back here again. So, like, why bother making a new art asset, especially for a small indie team? But I see it. I recognize it. Looks like everyone else had the same idea. Hey, welcome to the Egwin Tavern. What can I do you? I almost said, what can I do you for? Because I thought that's what he was going to say, but it's not. That is more than I know. Significantly more than I know. What can I do for you? Could we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full up with the blockade and all. Hey, let me take care of this. You're right, they've removed the fucking paintings! Holy shit! Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it on the innkeeper's desk. Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only one? Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's still the best I can do for you. What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... You realize that she's just teasing you like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. That's better than nothing. I feel bad for whoever we kicked out of Celeste's bedroom. So, how should we... Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor. What? I can't just let you... Please. We may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. Just got you there. What they probably did was do this one first and then added the paintings in later. Yeah. Paintings are probably their own layer. Alright, but tell me if you change your mind. Yeah. Before I continue this, another thing I've noticed, not only is this the first case that's opened with us being somewhere because it's what Tyrion was up to and not being dragged along by Ruby, this is the first case that didn't have a cold open. Like, in the first case, we got to see the murder. And in the second case, we got to see, oh, I forgot her name, but Wallace's friend's death. This didn't have a moment like that, which is interesting. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. What? Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa! Holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer! You idiot! What are you doing? What? Grab his arm and pull him up. Ah! My hand! What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight. Stop that. Ah! Wait, I can still... No. What happened? I should have been able to... By the scaled lord. He fell in. Oh. I can use this. That's right. Still make this look like it was all his fault. That was Lord Von Sanctus in an arcane construct. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. Uh-oh! Tyrion, I'm so sorry. Can't believe they made you watch. Are you okay? Right. Of course not. Are you going to keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. Your question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Are you going to keep fighting an ability? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So you're just going to give up? You're the only one who will fight against them! If you're just gonna give up, then was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. This is why Ruby has that reputation in the modern day. She failed to defend Tyrion's mother and swore to never let that happen again, and then became known as the ruthless and underhanded Ruby Tamora. I see. Teach me how to be like you. You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So, teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just... Miss Tamora, please! I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left for you. The last comforting memory you'll have of her. It's a memory that you will never experience again. Oh, that was 20-year-old Tyrion. You're startled awake. After some confusion, you realize that it was all a dream. You didn't have any trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since you've remembered that day. It's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible. Celeste, are you up? Huh? Ooh, new Celeste sprite. Look at this chat. Celeste was wistfully staring out of the window, watching the rain. Her head whips towards you when she realizes that you're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? Nothing. It's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? She doesn't seem keen on sharing. It'd be best not to pry. She was having a dramatic monologue while I was asleep. Anyways, do you know if the city is still under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. You go outside and check the city gates. Blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Looks like we can't leave yet. They've even doubled down on the guards. What's going on here? Tyrion. You spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks out in a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? Tyrion, it's terrible. There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there. He fell into a vat of chemicals. Oh fuck, I thought he fell in the river. They've jokered him. He's dead. Oh. Ika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do. Lord Von Sanctus is blaming the Dracagon Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As the lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracagon from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But Rika, I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry. I'm sure that the Dracagon Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the 4 pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this? He has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Tamora. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Really? But please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. That's okay. I'm sure that Mr. Dracagon will take any help he can get. Mr. Dracagon? He's the owner of the Dracagon Trading Company. He should be at the old Arcane refinery right now. I almost read that as Acorn Refinery! That must be the scene of the accident, too. Probably be best to start your investigation there. I've been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. You follow Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial district. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. You always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers? Or has something else changed? Alright, we're here. Arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Oh, that's Celeste. Wow, so this is an Arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. You look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. He seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of? He takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery. Hello there. You must be the attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about. I am. I take it that you're the guildmaster of the Dracagon Trading Company? Yep. My name is Stefanik Dracagon. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Name, Stefanik Dracagon. Occupation, guildmaster. Age, 70, arcane art, none. Appreciate you lending your aid in this matter. I already told Rika this, but I've never tried a civil case before. I would need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in Arnax that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Celeste was right. All of the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicides that we're used to. Homicides or not, the case revolves around a wrongful death. If I did represent Dracagon, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witness who saw the witness is... Yes, it is witnesses. We should also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened. I can speak! And it wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident, either. The Guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him might also give you some insight into what happened. use box. It's a power box. It contains the artificery hardware and an arcane power cell. It's connected to the chemical vats, so it must control some function of the refinery. It's a vat filled with the chemicals that I can't quite identify. According to Celeste, those chemicals are used to refine and create arcane crystals. Not so? Stairs. These metal stairs lead up the These metal stairs lead up to the walkway above.
Repario Arcanum!
Ooh! There are traces of transmutation magic on these parts of the vat. Honestly, not quite sure how these vats even work. Perhaps transmutation magic is used in the refinement process somehow. There are traces of transmutation magic on this power box. It is an artificery device, so that's not too out of the ordinary. I don't know, something about that seems sketchy to me. Anyway, let's talk to this man. To start, could you tell us exactly what happened? Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway and into a vat of magical chemicals. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out. I see. That all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened? There were guardrails on the walkway to prevent people from falling. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart when that employee tried to lean against it. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. Would you animate your avatar doing the panic dance from Ghost Trick Dance? I'm not going to say no, but that is beyond my skill. I have no idea how this happened. Is he telling the truth? This could all just be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. Earlier, you said that the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell us more about them? Yes. I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him. It was a young man named Justin. God damn it! It's not even a good joke, chat. But I'm never ready with the Ace Attorney-ass names. He was a young man named Justin Way. Was he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he'd always spend his time with the local delinquents. Has there been any cases that weren't murders? No, but this is only case 3. And also, this is a murder mystery game. Actually, technically, this was not a murder. I think this is at best manslaughter or accidental death. I'm now trying to think of my knowledge of Ace Attorney for non-murder cases, and I know that there was a kidnapping in Ace Attorney Investigations, but that turned into a murder, so I think it's kind of a moot point. Ah, I see. To be clear, I know basically nothing about the, games 4 through 6. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. Sorry, what was the previous line? Ah, still talking about Justin. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around. Oh, man. Oh, that's rough. That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. You live a life like Justin's. It helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules, too. So I have no idea why he was up in that walkway. Wait, he wasn't supposed to be up on the walkway? Oh shit. Two things to say. Alright. Here, you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway. That's strange, to say the least. Is he the type of person to wander around places that he's not supposed to? No. Like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Alright. So, this case is not a murder, but it is... What's the name of when you fake a murder? That has to be a crime, right? I mean, like, I guess that's interfering in police business. I'm sure there's gotta be a name for inventing a crime. Like, yeah, fraud is the obvious answer that I've been, like, toying with in my head. But that was before I knew that they, like, dragged the corpse into the refinery and chucked it in one of the vats. Holy shit, Von Sanctus, what the fuck? I think the only reason faking your death is illegal is because of tax fraud. So what I'm hearing is you can fake your death as long as you tell the IRS. Fabrication of evidence to implicate another of a crime. Hell yes! Von Sanctus is going down! Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall? There were many employees here at that time, but there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who were those witnesses? If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Yes. She witnessed the accident alongside the harbor master. Morrison. Oh, you're acquainted with him? I am. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. But after you left Aranax, you went out of your way to cut contact with everyone from your past. What were all of these people doing here in the first place? Rika's a cafe owner, and Morrison is a harbor master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but the harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. A nobleman? I'm not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted to. You'll want to ask Morrison more about that. But it will be awkward to speak with him after all these years. Holy shit. Let me check something. Yep. She is still my hit system. God bless. Oh boy. Now that's... not what I expected to see. How much can you figure out before the trial's here? Chat and I solved the entire previous case during the second investigation period. That is just screaming, Joker. I was kind of kidding when I said it, but like, fuck. Tyrion, do you need me to scan for magical traces? Well, there aren't any magical elements in this case. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check. Alright.
Repario Arcanum!
Oh no, chat. the heavily rusted area that is the only heavily rusted area when this bit here on the right is pristine was magicked? Who could have guessed? We had basically all of it solved in the first investigation portion. I mean, the headmaster was my prime suspect, but we were missing quite a lot before the second investigation portion. What? What's wrong? There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails. Transmutation? Do you see those traces anywhere else on the walkway? No, it's only this area. Magical traces of transmutation on the guardrail that Justin supposedly broke before falling. These traces are only on the rails that Justin broke. They aren't anywhere else on the walkway. Transmutation is the school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects. How did the transmutation spell affect the guardrail? Someone used a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrail. Judging by the current state of the rails, we can only conclude one thing. The spell weakened the structural integrity of Justin Way. No. Oh, is it the guardrails? Really makes the AA magic is that you only rarely get to a point where you can only really figure things out in the trials. Wait, this doesn't make sense. What I mean is, AA is designed to hide critical information from you. Danganronpa is the one designed to be solvable before trials. I love that this game lets Tyrion be smart. Tyrion will look at clues and be like, hold on a second, before trial periods. Like, this shit in Ace Attorney, I'd have to debate on the stand. But here he's just like, hold on a second, obviously, the killer transmuted this shit. Right. Someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotaged rails were right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals, too. What was the intention of weakening the guardrails? There was a clear intention behind the actions of this unknown mage. Judging by what happened... hold on a sec. No. Oh, fuck me! Abjuration? Nick might have some screws loose. How many times did he present the critical evidence to the perp? At least twice in the first game alone. 3 times in the first game. Haha, hell yes. So chat, it turns out the reason that they put question marks on the killer's name is because it might not actually be as obvious as I thought it was. Chat, they fucking bamboozled me. Judging by what happened, that intention can only be one thing. The unknown mage wanted someone to fall into that vat of boiling hot chocolate. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target those specific guardrails? No, she's evocation. No, I wanted you to close that, whatever. There we go. But why? Who would do this? You can feel your fist clenching tightly. Someone committed murder using magic here, and it's caused your vision to go all 3D glasses. And whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. Tyrion, you won't forgive whoever did this. When you're through with them, you will make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother... Tyrion! What? Are you okay? Right. Sorry. Anyways, if it weren't for your detect magic, Everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently. What do you mean no one would have noticed? There's like 5 feet of horrible rust and everything else is pristine. I took one look at this and went, oh, someone magicked this. Do we know anyone with transmutation magic? Celeste. Right. Then again, mages don't have to cast spells from their specific school of speciality. At least I don't think they do? No, because, Wallace had an illusion spell despite being a necromancer. So somebody else... So basically anyone could have done it, is what I'm saying. The first grade Ace Attorney game is the only one protracted about the info you get. Anyway, what's up with this? Traces of evocation on the evocation vat? Who would have guessed? The vat of dangerous magical chemicals. Drink it! Drink it! Drink it! Anyone who had magic, yes. So, Guildmaster didn't do it. Obviously he didn't do it, he's the defense client. I'm defending him. TGA 2 is a masterclass in giving you incomplete info without making it seem like they're not studying it. I did actually deduce one of the biggest plot twists in the Great Ace Attorney 2, because they have the same fucking jawline. If you know, you know. Yeah, their school's the... I don't actually think that's true, because Wallace made the choice to become a necromancer. So I think it's just, like, their primary field of study. I don't even know what I was reacting to. The Masked Apprentice is honestly pretty obvious. They have the same jawline, though. I wish I could have heard your reaction when you deduced that. So Owl, I'm pretty sure you have. It's in Roddy's live blog of that game. That was before I had my current avatar, but if you go and look... There's a screen cap of me in Discord yelling they have the same fucking jawline. Out of dangerous magical chemicals. Supposedly they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate enough to fall into it. They fucking melted him! Celeste is watching you carefully. She can be a little overprotective at times. I was just chanting to chug it, so... Looks like the guardrails completely broke apart. The rails are completely rusted, too. Is Dragon lying about properly maintaining the site? The one bad thing I will say about this game's writing is that they never expect me to immediately hit detect magic the moment I walk into a room. The one that really grabs people is the tutorial judge being a villain. I mean, I've been clamoring for the judge to be a killer since I got into the series, so, like... I thought I could look at, like, the pristine bits, but I guess not. Not if you've looked at the man! The fact he manages to go a whole game without getting accused of murder is the real miracle. Refinery. Let's talk to him about that. You should notify Drac again about the traces of transmutation that you found. But perhaps you should wait until you obtain more information first. After all, knowing about a potential saboteur might unnecessarily stress him out. Even more so if you don't have more information. That's fair. Let's see that Harbormaster man. You arrive at the harbor in search of Morrison the Harbormaster. This music is a little too jaunty for this scene. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them. Fuck! You spot Commander White and Prosecutor Steele when coordinating the knights there. I wonder what those two are doing here. The knights at the blockade said they were investigating something. Did Eris kill someone in town? And that's just totally unrelated to what I'm up to. That would be so goddamn funny. There must be magic involved if the Inquisition is here. You think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin? Doubt it. We didn't see any Inquisition knights at the refinery. Must just be a coincidence. You're probably right. But I'm kind of curious about what the Inquisition is investigating. And it's nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business. All right. Oi, you there. You'd best clear out. The knights have closed the harbor. That voice worked surprisingly well when this guy popped up on screen. Morrison? Huh? Do I know you? Wait. Cuthbert, is that you? Noah Morrison, occupation Harbormaster. Arcane art, none. Okay. Crisis averted. Hi. I heard from Little Mercer... I always fuck up her name. Masorica, that you were back in town. What can I do for you? I saw you were playing the new I game. We heard you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. I wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Ah, right. Masorica mentioned that you're an attorney now. What? I just hope you're not still hung up over that business with your mother. Buddy! My man! Oh boy. Sorry. I guess it's none of my business. Anyways, I'll tell you what I know. I cannot tell you what accent I am doing, but I am sticking with it. Dragon told us that you witnessed the accident. Aye. It was a horrible thing what happened. No one deserves what happened to that poor lad. They fucking melted him. Could you tell us what you saw? Yeah, he fell into that vat and popped out with a white face and red lips. Started cackling in Mark Hamill's voice. Well, I was showing a patron around town, and for some reason he really wanted to take a look at that refinery. Something about checking out the local artificery. He must mean artificery. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Anyways, he was looking at the machinery. And suddenly, Masorica comes running towards us. She was trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were too loud for us to hear her. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway. We saw the horrible sight. They fucking melted him. We saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late. He'd fallen into that vat of boiling hot chocolate. Shit, I wasn't even reading what he was saying. Fuck. That matches up with what you know so far, but what was Rika even doing there? She should have still been running the cafe at the time of the accident. And that patron who was visiting the factory, did they also witness the accident? Did you tell us how Justin fell off the walkway? Was it because the guardrail broke under his weight? Yeah, he did. But it was a little strange. The guardrail was made out of metal, yeah? But the way it broke, you would have thought it was made out of cardboard. He barely leaned on it and it just broke apart. Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? Yes! Lock in! If so, that possibility could clear Dracogen's name. Presenting the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? Did he witness the accident too? Aye. Right there with me when Rika was trying to get our attention. And it'd be hard to miss it with the commotion she was making. As for who he was, he said his name was Aster. Aster? You don't know anyone by that name. I feel like I saw an Aster in this game, but I could be wrong, but my memory is bad. Why does that name sound familiar? Fuck! I'll admit when the mystery is too easy, it's kinda underwhelming. I can assure you, when we solved the mystery last time before the trial section, it was not easy. Simple, yes, but not easy, which is how I love my murder mysteries. I should get episode 1 of Off the Devil soon? Yes. Correct. Do you know what his surname was? No. The lad was really secretive with his last name for some reason. Must have had a recognizable name. Is he a noble from a well-known house? What's worrying me, chat, is that at this point I'm not actually sure someone fell into the vat. That's where I'm at in this case, is that I don't even know if he was in the vat. Night Shoe. Why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor? Well, I can't really manage anything because of them. He gestures towards the Inquisition Knights crowding the pier. They've blocked all sea travel out of the city till this mess is sorted out. They have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for? Well, you didn't hear this from me, but according to them, Aster's ship just up and vanished in the dead of night. Vanished? Since someone hijacked it? That's the thing. The guards would have noticed if someone had driven off with the ship, especially one of that size. From what I heard, one of the guards could have sworn they saw it vanish in a flash of light. Flash of light? Like something created by a spell. What kind of ship was it? Do you know how big it was? Remind me, what was the perp's name in the first case? Garrick Pierce. That's Lord Garrick Pierce too. From the size of it, I'd say it was probably a galleon. A galleon? A spell of that scale would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size. I wonder who this Aster person is. He must be high profile if they're calling the Kingsguard and the Inquisition for him. All over a missing ship. You spent some time with him, am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? If I remember right, he's staying at the local inn near the town square. Wait, that's the tavern that we were staying at. He's this high profile. Why is he staying at an inn for commoners? No idea. He's an eccentric one for sure. Is he the guy I kicked out? Holy shit! Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. I'll definitely want to speak with him. And if he's a noble, there's a chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. Yep, that's just the tavern again. They've bamboozled me again, chat. We've gone back to the damn tavern. You arrive at the cafe and see that the restaurant is packed with customers. You don't see Rika anywhere, though. She must be preoccupied. Perhaps you should check in when the restaurant is less busy. Go somewhere else, dumbass. Wait.
Repario Arcanum.
Alright. Wait. No, I highlighted the tavern to take a look at it.
Repario Arcanum.
Alright. Their stuff of crates containing all kinds of goods. It must be the merchandise of the local businesses. When I went to move, I highlighted the tavern, and the preview is just the same tavern image. It's a modest ship. It's probably used by local businessmen to transport goods by sea. I can't help but feel nostalgic seeing these ships. I used to travel by sea all the time when I was traveling the world. It was probably my favorite part. That does sound pretty nice. I'd like to try riding one day. Are you sure? You get motion sick pretty easily. Sailing on a ship might kill you. She has a point there. Oh, shit. What the hell? Oh, the whole row of houses. Okay. That's why it had the icon there at the top middle. A row of houses line the edge of the harbor. When I was a kid, I always dreamed of saving up enough gold to buy my own house on the harbor front. Well, you have a job as an attorney now. You can always move back here. No. It's possible I never want to return to this city again. That's probably hard to hear for someone like her who put all that effort into helping her own parents. Anyway, back to the tavern. Morrison said that Aster is staying in one of the rooms at this tavern. But which room is it? We could always just check each room. That might irritate the patrons, though. And if Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if we annoy too many people. I guess you're right. Your family owns a tavern, right? If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which room would you choose? I guess it would probably be the one at the end of the hallway. That's the one I use at my family's tavern. Magic!
Imperio Arcanum!
Shit! It actually does this...
Imperio Arcanum!
Oh, that puts me back in normal mode. This whole time. No, it does not. Okay. Okay. So... Is it just... Fuck! Is it just me, or does this hallway look similar to the one in your family's tavern? Well, most taverns use the same architecture. It saves on resources, so I don't think it's that strange. No, but it looks exactly like the McCoy Tavern. It's uncanny. It's as if whoever made this tavern just decided to reuse the same design. Hey, making unique designs is difficult, Tyrion, and it costs money. Do you really think developers should be spending resources on a location that you'll only see once? I don't know. It just seems kind of lazy. Well, if it bothers you so much, why don't you pay for the assets required to make a new one? You decide to drop the matter. I wasn't even mad about it. But I'm so glad that they did. Who needs a fourth wall? Era shattered that fourth wall last case. She snapped it over her knee. But we don't need that shit. According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would have probably given Aster this room. You approach the door and firmly knock on it. Hello? Someone does come to answer the door, but they only open the door a fraction of the way. The crack in the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face. I'm terribly sorry, but if your business isn't urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding, but are you Aster? My name is Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney of Stefanik Dracogen. From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Oh! This guy's got a fun design. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, though. Show me her fucking shoulders, game. Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door, and you're finally able to get a good look at him. He definitely stands out from the other patrons at the inn. He must be the wealthy patron that you're looking for. Tyrion Cuthbert, the protege of the infamous Ruby Tamora. So you know who I am? I do. I know you very well. I'm your biggest fan. Chat? What the fuck is this case? This shit's wild. What? I can't believe it. The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing right in front of my tavern room. I've read all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. You successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting a member of House Frega. And you even defeated Lord Von Sanctus in the chess tournament yesterday. I'm so lost right now. I'm not sure why that was where you jumped to, Owl. And you must be Celeste McCoy, Tyrion's first client and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms. How did you find out about that name? Crimson what? Ugh, don't ask. Anyways, if you are Aster, is he not the one who you kicked out? Apparently not. I don't know if that will ever come up. If you are Aster, does that mean you witnessed the accident with the Harbor Master yesterday? Yes, I did. Chat. Is it just me? Or does this guy have a, striking resemblance to Celeste McCoy, daughter of an unknown noble? Well, anyway, I will simply not read into that. Are you going to interrogate me about what I saw? I'll answer whatever questions you have. You've never met a witness that has been this eager to cooperate. But hopefully this means he won't hide any details about what he saw. This is so fucking funny. You clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Aster. Ah, my apologies, but I would prefer to keep my full identity hidden for now. He's within his right to do so, but you can't help but feel a little suspicious. In any case, what's your business in Aranax? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Von Sanctus. The same ship that was magically stolen? I'm surprised you found out about that. Why is he afraid? The Kingsguard have been trying their best to keep that information hidden. But I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert. Flattery will get him nowhere. What was on that ship? It must be pretty valuable to be worth stealing. Ah, I doubt that there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. The truth is, during the time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it. I see. The theft of the ship might have actually been an attempt to kidnap you. That's my current theory, anyway. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. He seems awfully calm about this. This case is already going in strange places. I'm noticing a floral motif here, though. He's got the... Why are you wearing the same shirt as Celeste? Like, it's got that same, what's the word? It's got the thing down the chest that leaves the legs exposed. But anyway. Might be afraid of someone tailing Tyrion to him, but I think that's a stretch. I don't know. Something's off about this dude. Of course something's off about this dude. He's a witness in this game. Tabard? Is that the word? I can't look it up right now because I am streaming, but I will assume that's the word. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night. Did you witness the moment that the victim fell into the vat? Hold on for a moment, chat. There we go. I did. Did you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important. Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machines when a girl frantically ran toward us. She was hysterical. It looked like she was trying to tell us something. but we couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized that we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Wei fall off of it and into the vat. The next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it? Yes. He broke the guardrail before he fell. His testimony matches exactly with what Morrison saw. No major discrepancies, so we can assume that what they saw is what they saw. But is what they saw what happened, is the question. The way he fell was very strange, though. Strange? What could he mean by that? You mentioned that the way the victim fell was strange. Did you feel like the guardrail broke too easily? Why, yes. How did you know? It matches with the statement that the Harbor Master gave us. You don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation that you found at the walkway. At least, not yet. Interesting that we haven't been given Aster's occupation, age, or arcane art, but I guess that's because he's hiding his identity. But yes, the guardrail broke the moment that Justin leaned on it. And his body was extremely limp when falling, too. His body was limp? Normally, when falling from a great height, one would flail their arms, yes? But when I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all. He wasn't moving. Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. I'm afraid that I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out the features. Wait, you didn't actually see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been? No one else has been reported missing. He also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. It was definitely him that fell in. That's true. You don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. There were traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. It appears that Aster's quite a high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he was probably the only other mage at the refinery that night. If you ask him outright, you might be able to see something incriminating through the eye of Horus. Aster, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are. But can you at least answer one question for me? I can make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell you what I can. Are you a mage? Oh, is that all? Yes, I am a mage, and I'm quite the practiced one at that. You see, Celeste cast Detect Magic to look at the scene of the accident, and we found traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. Namely, on the guardrails that Justin fell through. What? Here it is. I can't believe it! What? Are you telling me that a mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? It's a conspiracy! Wait, does that mean that this was actually a murder, made to look like an accident? It's like something out of the reports I read about him! You don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts clearly. Oh god, he's a nut? Yeah, we've established this. His feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting, though. And you asked me if I was a mage. Does that mean I'm a potential suspect? This is the greatest thing to ever happen to me. This is the first time you've met someone who's happy to be suspected of murder. Sorry, it's not right of me to get so excited about something this serious. You must think less of me now. But it's like something right out of a mystery novel. That's not the reaction you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there are any incriminating thoughts in his mind. And the emotions that he was emanating were all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What could this mean? Either way, it looks like you found out everything you can from Aster. You should move somewhere else. Probably the cafe. Yep. Okay. Let's give me a moment to collect my thoughts on this. It's not him. If it was him, he would have been happy that, like, the murder investigation was coming along. I wanted to see his reaction to the badge. I don't know if I do. It's not Aster, but Aster is a mage. Which is probably why he wanted to see the refinery at all. You've not been badging people enough in my humble opinion. I badged Eris. What do you want from me? I badged Eris twice. I badged Rika. Tyrion, you're back. Did you talk to Mr. Dracagon? I did. I'm still not sure what to make of him just yet. And after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. Yeah, we know about the murder. If this truly was a murder, you have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case. Thanks, it really means a lot to me. On that note, you were at the refinery when the action occurred, am I correct? Yes, I was. May I ask you a few questions about what you saw that day? Of course. I'll do whatever I can to help. Oh fuck me. Sorry, Chad is badgering me to badge a man. I'll be right back, Rika. There, chat. By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? That was yesterday, Tyrion. Didn't you have to work at the cafe? I was making a food delivery to Justin. Wait, you were delivering food to the victim? Yeah. He never had the time to make his own dinner, so I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. But that night I couldn't find him in the freight area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. So the accident happened while you were delivering his food. Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident? I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. He was busy. But according to Dracagon, he should have never been in the refinery building in the first place. Did he say what he was busy with? He said that he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Dracagon. It can't be true, though. Dracagon didn't mention anything about this. Unless... Oh boy. We've got a few witness accounts already, but I just wanted to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry. I'm sure that it was a disturbing sight. He did fucking melt in front of you. Do you need to take a moment? No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all of the machines. That's when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late. Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. Chat, that doesn't add up. If she already saw him fall, then he shouldn't have been there on the walkway for the other two to see. The timeline of events is very odd. You have matching witness accounts from Aster and Morrison. They saw the guardrail break. Having Rika also confirm that would have been helpful. But you suppose Aster and Morrison's statements will have to suffice. Rika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Aster and Morrison's, but she did see Justin before the accident. You still have no idea why Justin was on that walkway in the first place. According to Rika, he said that he had a meeting scheduled with Dracagon, but this doesn't match with what Dracagon told you. Either Justin or Dracagon must be lying in that case. You've met Dracagon already, but you still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. Perhaps Rika can tell you more. Man, it's... Oh fuck, I don't even have a profile for him. Shite. Oh. Could you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person was he? He was a good person. He fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago, and he was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Mr. Dracagon to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better. But this job just ended up killing him. You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known that this would happen. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about it, though. Was he the type of person to go places that he wasn't supposed to be? No, not anymore. Not anymore. He really wanted to make a good impression on Mr. Dracagon. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracagon's protocols. Right, that matches up with what Dracagon said. Maybe he was falling back into his old habits. Perhaps Rika could tell you about more with Perhaps Rika could tell you how to speak. Tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around. You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Could you tell us more about them? What? Ooh, the music cuts out. Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with the other people who knew him. Do you know where I could find his delinquent friends? I'm sorry. I really didn't know him that well. I should keep quiet. It might make him mad. Rika? Are you hiding something from me? What? Of course not. What would the Dark Lord of Aranax possibly have to hide from you? Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. My first clue was the psychological profile meter in the top right corner. I'll need to argue against her if you want the truth. Really? You have nothing to say about the fact that this was a murder? I know what I should do. Wow, he doesn't have shit to say about that? Really? Alright, I guess I'm showing her. That's the wrong fucking room. Oh, you've come back to me. Sorry, buddy. I'm on my way out. No, don't. So lonely. Oh, shit. I'm terribly sorry about what happened to Justin. Are you doing okay? Yeah. It's difficult to think about sometimes. Oh, shit, that's not her voice. You always hear about these things happening, but you never expect them to happen to people you know. Trying to fill that last part of the gauge before the argument? Yeah. Having the psychological profile helps a lot. But have no fear. It will take more than this to bring down the High Archmagi. He's reverted back to her chinny personality. Now I know everything about you. Misorica Tudor appears to be hiding something from you. She clearly knows about the bad crowd that Justin fell in with, but she's hiding who they are and where you can find them. You'll need to convince her to share that information with you. It's time to debate! Rika, you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Just be honest with me. I'm not hiding anything. I really don't know that much about him. I wasn't that close to Justin Way. I may have delivered his food. He was just a customer to me. Bullshit. I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was a good customer. But that wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around, and you begged Dracagon to set him up with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer that you barely knew. Fuck. Well, that still proves nothing. It will take more than that to defeat me. I am Musica Tudor, High-Armed Magi of the Cadmium Flame. Is it so hard to believe that I took pity on a stranger? I only helped him because I am a generous person. It would only be right for me to equip a commoner with the means to change his life. Okay. I think rationalize is the call here. Though it is true that she's not a good liar. Yeah. It's that she's not a good liar. You're not a good liar, Rika. You would have risked a lot by asking Drakigan to hire a stranger. Especially a stranger with a dubious past like Justin. What if Justin fell back into his old ways? That would have surely brought about consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to trust him. Okay, fine. I guess we were friends. But like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. He always kept his past a secret from me. He didn't like talking about the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it, and he never brought it up. Okay. Don't think I have any evidence for that. It does contradict her thoughts on the matter. I doubt that, Rika. In fact, I'm sure that you were friends for at least a few years. With a friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided in you about his past. What? No. You need to stay focused. What was that about? Yeah, what the hell is that about? Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this, but I need to talk to Justin's former friends. Is it really necessary? Yes. I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Drakigan don't. But that doesn't make any sense. There wasn't anything strange about the way he was acting. I think you're just overthinking this, Tyrion. Where is Justin's job? You didn't want to overplay your hand before, but it looks like you don't have a choice now. Rika, Justin told you that he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Drakigan's office. But according to Drakigan, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday. What? Rika, Justin might have lied to you. No, he would never do that. I need to know why he was up there. And so far, the statements that I've gotten from you and Drakigan don't explain that. I need to talk to people who might know things about him that you don't. Hell yes! Perfect argument, chat. No mistakes. Okay. I'll tell you where you can find them. Just promise me that you'll be safe, okay? You've successfully persuaded her. I've got a bodyguard. Well, where are the delinquents? Sorry, I wasn't trying to lie to you. It's okay. I'm assuming you had your reasons, but I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends. How do people do this for like 6 or 7 hours? Fuck. I'm going on 2 and my voice is going. I'll be fine. You probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with a local street gang. They'd always hang around the beach area. But one day, they discovered an abandoned house along the coastline. What do you mean they discovered? And they started spending most of their time there. I'm guessing they realized that there was a house there that was abandoned, and not that they were wandering around and went, oh man, oh gee, there's a house there that no one's seen before. A lone house on the coastline. It's that house, Tyrion. That's probably where you'll find Justin's old friends. So, that's why you were being so secretive. Why? I'm sorry. Don't be. You were just trying to look out for me, right? Are you going to be okay? I can go there with you if you'd like. No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. And it's not as if I'll be going alone. Alright. Just don't push yourself too hard, okay? Yeah. You arrive at the old abandoned house. Upon looking at the home that you left behind, you're struck with a flood of memories. Those memories were once happy, but now they only fill you with grief. Tyrion? Are you okay? Yeah, let's look around. You wipe your eyes and begin looking around the house. Suddenly, you hear the sound of glass breaking. You rush to look for the source and see two young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house. The shattered remains of a window are lying on the ground. Nice shot, Gavin. Is this where Tyrion used to live? Yes. This man is not 16 years old. Gavin Crowlin. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, notices you approaching. We've got company, Wyatt. Hmm? This man is not 17. I don't believe you. You stare blankly at the broken glass lying on the ground. You're at a loss for words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing comes out of your mouth. You suddenly find yourself quickly approaching the two teens. Eh? What the hell do you want? Ah, what the hell? Before you even realized what you were doing, you threw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You can only see red. You grab Gavin by the collar and you pull his face close to yours. Get the hell away from my house. Tyrion? Oh, you wanna go? You really came looking for trouble. You sure found it. Okay. Let's all calm down and just stay out of this, you little shit! Excuse me? What? You got cotton in your ears or something? Yes, actually. Why don't you go and repeat what you said? I said stay out of this, you little shit. Oh, she did a violence. Celeste? Yes? I'm sorry for losing my temper back there. I didn't mean to drag you into this. It's okay. Our emotions get the better of us sometimes. Celeste? Yes? I think you might have overdone it a bit. Nah. Celeste? Yes? I don't think he's breathing. Come on, just give him a second. You Celeste, you just killed a man. It's fine, you've already defended me in court for murder once. We'll just toss him over the cliff into the ocean, and there's no body, no problem. You suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin sputtering and wheezing on the ground. It looks like he's finally regained consciousness. See? He's perfectly fine. You're fine. Did he just stand there and watch for 5 minutes as she beat the piss out of him? Wyatt is staring wide-eyed at Celeste. From the shaking of his legs, it looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move. Don't bother running. Even with a head start, I can easily catch up to you. Anyways, these two are probably Justin's former delinquent friends, right? He did the smart move of not getting her attention. Her eyesight is based on movement. If I stand very still, she won't see me.
Are you okay with talking to them?
Yes, of course. With your emotions in such disarray, you completely forgot why you came here in the first place. Would you two happen to know the young man who died at the refinery yesterday? These guys are after Justin, but he's already dead. After Justin? Is there someone with a grudge against him? Wyatt clearly thinks you were sent on someone's behalf. It wouldn't hurt to play the part to get more information out of him. We're not going to hurt you. We're not going to hurt you anymore. We'd just like to ask you a few questions about Justin. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want.
Excuse me. Alright, you two talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into place.
It's a little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that. I shouldn't show him that because I'm lying to him, chat.
Repario Arcanum.
Not that I expected anything. Oh, it did go back to normal mode. Okay. Jesus Christ. It's fine. She's only 3 years older than him, so it was fine that she'd beaten the piss out of him. The I don't think he's breathing really got to me, though. That was so funny. Several weeds and plant life have grown up since you were last here. Doesn't look like anyone has taken care of the yard for the last few years. But you suppose that's more your fault than anyone else's. The view of the sea is just as you remembered it. It's probably the only thing that hasn't changed since you left RNX. Returning to this house has brought back several memories that you have complicated feelings for. These feelings are even more confounded by the blatant vandalism committed by Gavin and Wyatt. Honestly, you'd rather leave this place as soon as possible. Dislocated his shoulder, beat him into unconsciousness to the point where you couldn't tell if he was breathing. It's fine. A little asphyxiation-induced brain damage has never hurt anyone, nor has significant blunt force trauma. What can you tell me about Justin Wang? According to a few witnesses we spoke to, you used to be friends. Friends is kinda pushing it. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't no more. It was weird when he started talking to us again. I thought he left for good. But he started talking to you again. Why? Ah, she's using the Batman method? No, I'm using the Batman method. She just beat the shit out of him. He just needed some of the old gear that he left at the house. Old gear? What kind of old gear? You know, these thieves' tools. All the tools that you need for lockpicking and safe-cracking. Tools for lockpicking and safe-cracking? Why would Justin need those? What would Justin need lockpicking and safe-cracking tools for? Who is texting me? Pokemon. You can wait. Well, he needed to get the gold he owed your boss. So he owed gold to someone, though. Fuck, that though wasn't in there. So he owed gold to someone. He was trying to rob the refinery, huh? Poke what? Don't worry about it. My phone buzzed. It's not important. Word has it he was working for the merchant that owns the refinery. I guess the owner trusted him a lot. Justin said that he had a way to get access to the safe in the guy's office. Justin was always a whiz when it came to breaking and entering. He even had tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of that safe would have been an easy score for him. Wait. Justin was planning to rob Drac again? That's not good. Oh, this case is getting more complicated by the moment. Have you seen the comic of Batman from The Batman confronting Black Mask and his goons, only to pop in a DVD of Bruce Wayne offering jobs in healthcare, causing all the goons to leave Black Mask? I haven't read that comic, but I've seen those pages. Wyatt apparently thinks that you were sent on behalf of someone. And from what he said so far, Justin owed a non-trivial amount of his gold to this person. This person was some kind of criminal. Could they have been the one who sabotaged the guardrail? I mean, it's not an AA send-up without complications to the case. Oh fuck, this is the third case in an AA game. Oh no! Did Justin tell you who he owed this debt to? Oh man, he didn't say nothing. They might whack me too if I tell them the truth. So he does. There's no point in playing dumb. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name? Oh. Answer the question. The Eye Taker. He owed gold to the Eye Taker. And our mentor is still alive, and has suspiciously not appeared in this case so far. Who the fuck is this guy? The Eye Taker? That must be some kind of criminal nickname. That sounds so familiar, though. Either way, I'm going to find out who this Eye Taker is. Might be best to ask someone else. Thought so. But what's Celeste up to? Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Back at the house. What was that all about? I've never seen you get that angry before. And you said that it was your house? Yeah, it was my house. It was? Ever since we've arrived in the city, you haven't really been yourself. If you want to talk about it, I'm fine. And I don't want to talk about it. You're not fine. I can see it on your face. Please, just talk to me. It's none of your business. It came out a lot louder than you wanted it to. Let's do that take again. It's none of your business! Celeste, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... Without a word, she quickly walks ahead of you. I guess that would have happened no matter where I moved to then. Because I was hoping to talk to the Inquisition. Well, may as well ask this dude. Morrison, do you know about a criminal named the Eye Taker? The Eye Taker? Well, where did you hear that name? So you do know about them. Aye, I do. I've learned to keep my distance from him over the years. The Eye Taker is the criminal kingpin of this region. Every large criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch. He's that big of a deal? Of course he is. More importantly, how did you hear about him? From what I heard, Justin Way owed him a huge debt. Justin owed? Excuse me. Justin owed them? I knew he used to run around with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined. By the Scaled Lord. The Eye Taker might be involved in Justin's death. Do you think someone like him could be behind this? Well, there's a saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. Let's just say, he reminds you of why he has that name. So, you know who the Eye Taker is now. Definitely adds another angle to this case. There are still some elements of this that don't make sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. You should go talk to Dracagan first. He'll want to see everything that you've found. I'm going to take a moment to collect my thoughts. The Eye Taker is the guy who stole the boat. But he's not the killer. Who is? Oh, I didn't even read that. Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. I see you're doing well. I trust you're doing well. We are. So the Eye Taker was targeting Aster? That's my assumption. For the most part. We've spent some time looking into the accident and the people who knew Justin. I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. Oh? You spent some time explaining your findings to Dracagon. He seems troubled when you explain the traces of transmutation that you found on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him. This is quite a lot to take in. Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now? No, actually, but what is it? After the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. When I checked my office, I noticed that the lock on the safe was disengaged. The safe was opened? But you said that there wasn't anything missing. That's right. When I saw the safe open like that, I was already worried that I'd been robbed. But I double-checked the contents. Everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed that I'd forgotten to lock it. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was just a coincidence? I might believe that if it weren't for where my office is located. What do you mean? The walkway that Justin fell from leads to my office. There's a window there that overlooks the refinery. That would explain why Justin was there in the first place. I don't want to suspect one of my employees, especially one that isn't alive to defend himself from such accusations. But it just all fits together. It fits there. But it just all fits too perfectly together. Except for one thing. Why wasn't anything stolen? Well, regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. So, does this mean you'll represent me? After what I've discovered? I won't just stand by and let Von Sanctus have his way. Well spoken. I'm glad to have you on my side, Mr. Cuthbert. Anyway, regardless of why, someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. I doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened. Although, what's wrong? Civil cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. If we present evidence suggesting foul play using magic, they'll treat this exactly like our other cases. Yeah. They might stall the trial until they find out what exactly happened. For this accident, all we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible. The idea of hunting down the maid responsible sounds very tempting. It looks like you've got your work cut out for you. I just hope things turn out okay in the end. And with Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. It'd be best to keep your wits about you. Guildmaster Dracagon reminds me of Gant. Gant looks like he was one step removed from being a JRPG antagonist. Dracagon does not have that vibe. Wait, am I thinking of the right guy? No, I was thinking of a different guy. Gant also had strong evil vibes, but like, much closer to Dracagon. No, I was thinking of the judge from The Great Ace Attorney. And you are correct that Gant is significantly closer. I can't believe this. I have more important things to do than resolve your petty squabbles for you. Oh, shit. That's where we'd heard the name Aster before. But I've forgotten Lloyd's voice. Yes, the missing ship of your betrothed. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dracagon, the sooner you can return to being the The homest? Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dracagon, the sooner you can return to being the prince's lapdog. You know, this pose Arya has is very similar to Celeste's pose. The prince is Tyrion's greatest fan, and his fiancée also likes me. I'm moving up in the world. That is to say, once I'm not preoccupied with this case, House von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and the Inquisition need.
I suppose I don't have a choice, do I? Well, at least this case should be relatively
Fuck, Arya, you should not have said those words out loud. Court is now in session for the trial of Stefanik Drakogan.
The prosecution is ready, Your... Oh, fuck, is that Tyrion? Son of a bitch, there goes my whole weekend.
The defense is also ready. Is it theory time before we go in? No, we do not have nearly enough information. I have a few assumptions, but I don't have anywhere close to the whole picture of this case. I guess I could go over everything I have and try and piece some things together. We saw from that scene that this was an accidental death. Fuck was the Eye Taker trying to do by kidnapping the prince? Ransom is the easy answer. But we know that the Eye Taker isn't the person who was the killer, because he would have just, you know, taken the fucking eye. We've heard that Justin was genuinely trying to turn his life around. And I'm willing to believe that. So I'm guessing it was something from the past that suddenly caught up to him. Maybe he had second thoughts, or maybe there was something else in the safe. Something that even Drakogan didn't know about. I don't know. Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Steelman, please list the charges.
The defendant is charged with the criminal negligence in the death of Justin Way. The death occurred at the RNX Arcane refinery last night. Mr. Way was an employee of the Drakogan Trading Company, a company owned by the defendant. During work hours, the victim accidentally broke a poorly maintained safety rail and fell into a vat of corrosive chemicals. Attempts to save his life failed, and his body almost fully dissolved.
I see. That's the wrong fucking voice. I'm so disturbed. The gruesome end.
The defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery's facilities. As such, the responsibility for Mr. Way's death falls squarely on his shoulders. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Yeah, the name's Noah Morrison. I'm the harbor master at RNX's harbor.
It's my understanding that you witnessed the accident that night, am I correct?
Wait, are we at the courthouse in RNX? Or did we go back to the Capitol for this shit?
I don't know.
I did.
Could you please testify to the court about what you witnessed?
Because, like, this is a civil case so far, so there's no real need for a major courthouse. I was showing a visitor around the city, and for some reason he really wanted to see the RNX Arcane refinery. He was inspecting the machines there, when suddenly, Masurika ran up to us. She was desperately trying to tell us something, but there was just too much noise. After a while, she just pointed to the walkway overlooking the refinery. That's where we saw someone fall into that accursed vat. There was a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but he broke through it as he fell. So there was a safety rail that should have Fuck, I did it again. So there was a safety rail that should have protected the victim.
Yes. However, upon closer inspection, the city guard found that the rails were extremely rusted. They were clearly poorly maintained by the company.
I see. This negligence is the basis of the prosecution's charges.
Are you going to present the traces of transmutation that we found? Can't help but I feel like there's something in Morrison's testimony that doesn't add up. Right now, those traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanctus' accusations. It's not a piece that I want to use just yet. And once you use that piece, who knows how the judge will react. Not much has changed with Morrison's testimony. However, you've collected a lot more evidence since you last spoke to him. Is there anything you found that contradicts his testimony? Nothing stood out to me. I guess I will press. This was the patron you mentioned before, am I correct, Morrison? Aye. Master seemed keen on keeping his identity hidden. It would probably be best to leave it at that. Aside from being a mage, he hasn't given you much reason to suspect him. For now. Are you referring to Masorika Tudor, owner of the local cafe? Aye. For whatever reason, she was also there and witnessed the accident. Yes, we are already well aware of that. Masorika's testimony was a lot less detailed than Morrison and Astor's testimony. She was probably more focused on saving Justin than taking in her surroundings. Is the prince trying to ditch Arya at the altar? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, her facing me in court might make him more into her. There are any points where her testimony doesn't add up with Morrison's. And this noise came from the machines in the refinery, I presume. Those machines were loud as all hell. I could barely hear myself think with that noise. There was no way I could hear young Masorika over all that. I can never say her name! You mentioned that you saw someone fall into the vat. Did you not recognize the person? Well, I didn't know the lad personally, and it was pretty far away. I couldn't get a good look at the person. Maybe you should keep a pin on that detail. Anyways, could you go into more detail about the moment you witnessed the accident? Of course. What do you want to know about? Wouldn't know this. This is irrelevant. I think it's this one. What happened to the guardrail before Justin fell? Well, I saw him lean on it. It should have... Yep. Leave that. Oh, shit, that was important? If you think it'll help.
Objection!
Objection! You're full of... Ah, fuck. I should be reading this. I wasn't sure what would happen. A properly maintained guardrail should not have broken that easily. You shouldn't present the magical traces yet. Might be more that you can get out of Morrison's testimony. What the hell am I missing? Not much has changed about Morrison's account of events. With the new evidence that you've collected, however, What the fuck am I missing? This is new evidence that they're looking for. I'm missing. What am I missing? I think I need to press this again and ask a different question. Yep. What was Masurika doing during the moment you saw Justin fall? I told you, didn't I? She was the one who pointed to the walkway in the first place. That's how we saw Justin fall. I see. Could you please include that detail in your testimony? If you think it'll help.
Objection!
There we go. Wait, what? Witness, you said that you saw the victim fall into the vat. This happened before, during, or after Masurika tried to get your attention. It was definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place. It's just as you thought, but what does this mean? Yeah, I noticed this earlier. I was sure this is what it was. Morrison, I spoke with Masurika about what she saw. She said that she saw Justin fall off the walkway and then rushed to you for help. Okay, that sounds about right. No, Morrison, it actually doesn't. What do you mean? If Masurika saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him fall after she came to you for help? What? Morrison, Masurika came to you for help. This was in reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway. If that's true, then how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again afterward? I have no idea. Mr. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness detail of testimony over a minor detail. It's entirely possible that Mr. Morrison or Mrs. Tudor was simply misremembered. I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the order of what happened. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of his companion. Then Miss Tudor must be the one who's mistaken. I'm compelled to agree with Miss Steelwind. These conflicting accounts seem extremely minor. The prosecution's case is based on the broken guardrail, and only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Way break said guardrail. The defense asserts that these 3 witness accounts must be consistent with each other. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable. Please. The break in the guardrail is directly over the vat. That is enough physical evidence. It proves that the victim fell in because the railing broke. How do we know that the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event? That's ludicrous. They're clearly just playing devil's advocate. I'll admit that I also find the defense's assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify to what she saw. Rika saw a lot less than Morrison and Astor did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But the one detail she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully, her testimony might clear up what happened. Bailiff, please escort Miss Tudor to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, fuck, is she gonna do the thing? This is probably Rika's first time testifying in a courtroom. You hope she'll be okay. She did the thing, god damn it! As if I needed such introductions, but allow me to indulge you all. Oh lord, is she seriously doing that here? I am Masurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Arnax, High Archmagi of the Cadmium Flames, and business proprietor of Sweet Confections. I see. I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual. Wait, does he actually believe her? Your Honor, Masurika Tudor is the owner of a local cafe in Arnax. But isn't she also a High Archmagi? I am. No, she really isn't. Tyrion, you're ruining my flow! Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion! You would say that your flow is the most disrupted right now. Anyways, Miss Tudor, you were at the Arnax refinery on the night of the accident, and you witnessed the moment the victim fell off the walkway, am I correct? Yes, that's right. Ugh. According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies. There's a contradiction? Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vat until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense, though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran up to Morrison. Morrison couldn't have possibly seen the victim fall again after that. Oh, I think I see what happened. You do? I think you're misunderstanding what I said before. I misunderstood you? If that's true, could you please testify to the court exactly what happened? Please include every detail you can remember. Sure. I
was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. It would be extremely funny if this case just ends with, yeah, Drakigan was a bit negligent and we move on with our lives. Just like 2 hours in and out.
I was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the...
Over?
That Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging onto the edge of the platform. I didn't know how to get to the walkway from there, so I looked for help on the grounds and found Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip on the ledge and fall into the vat after that.
So the victim didn't immediately fall into the vat. He was hanging onto the edge of the walkway. That would explain how Morrison saw the victim fall into the vat after Mr. Tudor saw him fall off the walkway. There's no way, right? There's no way it was actually an arcane construct. In any case, Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. I'm fucking losing it.
Objection!
Over. She said over, didn't she? Rika, you said that the victim tumbled over the guardrail. As in, he was thrown over it.
Yes, that's right.
What? Did you see the moment that the guardrail broke?
No, I didn't.
I already told you that, didn't I? But you did see the moment that Justin fell off of the walkway. And in that moment, did you see Justin break the guardrail? No, like I told you. I didn't see the moment the guardrail broke. But that's the thing, Rika. According to Morrison, Justin Way broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened. What? According to the prosecution, Justin Way leaned on a faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vat. But that's not what you saw, was it, Rika? No, I saw him tumble over the guardrail. I'm afraid I don't see the importance of this, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? There's definitely something going on here, but what? Sorika's a mage, and you don't want to suspect her, but you need to consider every possibility. What is happening here? They're both telling the truth, you guess. But how does that make sense? Okay, think through this. If we assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, you need to remember the exact order of events. First, Rika saw Justin go up onto the walkway. She saw Justin fall over the guardrail and off of the walkway. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. That's when Masorika went to look for help. This is when she ran into Morrison and Aster. I'm not going to repeat dialogue I've already read. And then there's Aster's account of events. Yes, Sailorin. That's why I suspect that this... Well, I suspect that what happened is that an arcane construct fell in, trying to pull him up. And that's why it didn't react or flail when it fell, which Aster reported. Aster and Morrison couldn't see Justin's face. The one detail of their testimonies never sat right with you. But you dismissed your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vat, after all. You know for a fact that he fell into that vat. But you never considered one other possibility. Another person? Is that really possible? But it's the only thing that makes sense. It would also explain how Rika, Morrison, and Aster all saw someone fall off the walkway at different times. But then, who is this second person? Ugh, you don't have a choice. Even if you don't know all of the facts, this is the only conclusion you can draw.
I think you've had quite enough time to deliberate, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you done with your internal monologue yet? Are you accusing the witness or not? I am not accusing the witness of perjury, Your Honor. Both Miss Tudor's and Miss Morrison's accounts of testimonies appear to contradict each other, but they are both telling the truth. Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true? Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Miss Tudor and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off of the walkway. But the person that Miss Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw were two different people. Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? Do you honestly think some random person fell into the vat moments after Justin Way fell in? It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Miss Steelwind. Mr. Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. They only assumed that it was him after learning that he fell in. Please. It's far more likely that Miss Tudor is simply mistaken about what she saw. What? No, I'm sure that I saw Justin tumble over the guardrail. And let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiances. As a beneficiary of the Dracagon Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in the defendant's favor. That's not... Wow, you accusing people of perjury? That's wild. Did the fucking Eye Taker fall in? I also think it might be that. It's either an arcane construct or the Eye Taker. That's enough. This is a civil case, Mr. Cuthbert, not some murder mystery for you to throw wild theories towards. This was clearly an accident. It looks like you don't have a choice. You're going to have to use your trump card. You have one piece of evidence that implies this wasn't a simple accident. Are you sure about that, Your Honor? What? Justin Way's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guard put minimal resources into their investigation. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition. What are you talking about now? Why would the Inquisition be? No! Are you saying that? Unlike the RNX City Guard, I have a mage capable of using Detect Magic. My bodyguard, Celeste McCoy, scanned the crime scene for magical traces. And she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail. Traces of magic were found at the crime scene, but that would make this a potential homicide, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. The accident took place within an arcane refinery. Those traces could have easily come from the purification process. Miss Steelwind, these traces were found only on the guardrails that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of the accident. Foul play may have been involved. So my theory of another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. Considering this shocking revelation, there is still much we do not know about Justin Way's death. With that said, I have no choice but to suspend the trial of Von Sanctus versus Dracagon. You had a feeling that this would happen. Just like your other cases, the court won't pass a verdict until a culprit is found. The court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene, and the supposed magical traces. We will resume the trial in 2 days' time. Court is adjourned. Well, at least we survived the first day. But it kind of feels like we're back to square one. Yeah. The Inquisition will get involved. They know that magic played a role in what happened. If you want them to dismiss the case against Dracagon, you're going to have to find out exactly what happened. If that's even possible. Hey, are you okay? You feel a headache coming on. Yeah. I think I'm just tired. Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. Should we head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow? No. I want to take another look at the refinery before the Inquisition gets there. Ugh. The throbbing pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that. Yeah, no. We're heading back to the inn. I'm fine, really. Tyrion, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest. Celeste, it's fine. It's not. You're going to work yourself. Would you just stay out of my way? Again, your voice came out louder than you meant for it to. Fine, whatever. Do what you want. It's this damn city. Being back here is really getting to you. That's all the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. The soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Perhaps she's right. You'll be better off investigating the scene after some rest. Chat, it's a little early, but we've reached a good stopping point. And I don't think we'll get another good stopping point in 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to call the stream here. However, before we call the stream, I would like to put forth a theory. Every time Tyrion has lost control of his emotions and lashed out, the screen has gotten a little funny. And he's now complaining about headaches. I think Eris might be targeting Tyrion. Any guesses on who the true culprit is? I'm pretty sure it's Von Sanctus in an accident. But I don't think I'll have a good idea of what's happening. I think Von Sanctus is only guilty of forgery. I mean, like, we saw the death in the cutscene. It was clearly an accidental death. But I do think it was Von Sanctus. But I won't know for sure until the second investigation period is over. At least. Also, Tyrion's nightmares, that's a little alarming, and Eris-coded. But we shall find out next week, presumably. I don't actually know if we'll get through the whole trial in another stream or not. Theoretically possible the perp fell in, but I doubt it. That's why I think it was an arcane construct. Von Sanctus is the guy who makes arcane constructs, and in the cutscene he tried to get his companion to pull the guy up, and it crushed the guy's hand. Excuse me, because he was too strong. I haven't been having internet issues on Sundays lately. I think that'll be fine. But I suppose we shall simply learn the truth next time. That was Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. This has been Deus Vern.